noise, from screens, from the feeling that something was always watching us. So, when we found that nameless forest on the map, no reviews, no photos, just a thin green smear between two highways. We took it as a sign it was untouched, pure, safe. And that belief followed us as the signal bars died, and the trees closed in so tightly. The sky became a narrow slit of gray, the air damp and heavy like it had been exhaled by something enormous and tired. By the time we pitched our tents, the forest had gone unnaturally quiet. Not the peaceful silence of nature, but the kind that presses against your ears. And when night fell, it fell all at once. The darkness thick enough to feel on our skin, broken only by the fire snapping too loudly, as if it were nervous too. That was when we heard footsteps circling us just beyond the ring of lights. Slow, careful. Always stopping when we turned our heads, followed by a wet, dragging sound that made my stomach twist. We laughed it off, told ourselves, but animals don't walk on 2 feet, and they don't whisper your name in a voice that sounds almost right, like a memory trying to speak through a mouth that doesn't belong to it. When Mark shone his flashlight into the trees, the beam caught a shape standing far too still. Tall and thin, its skin pale as peeled bark, its face smooth and blank, except for a stretched, waiting smile, and then the light flickered and it was gone. Leaving behind the smell of rot and cold iron, we didn't sleep. We just lay there listening as something scratched around the tents, tracing seams, testing zippers, breathing so close we could hear the wet click in its throat. And sometime after midnight, Sarah screamed because a hand, long, boneless, with too many joints, pressed against the thin fabric beside her face from the outside. Slowly sliding downward, like it was learning the shape of her skull. When dawn finally came, the forest looked wrong, the trees leaning inward. Their shadows pointing toward us no matter where the sun stood. And Mark was his tent collapsed and smeared dark at the bottom, with footprints leading into the woods that ended abruptly, as if he had been lifted straight up. We ran, packs forgotten, hearts tearing at our ribs, but every path bent back on itself, the forest rearranging quietly, patiently, until we stumbled upon our own campsite again, the fire cold. The air buzzing with flies, and hanging from the branches above were dozens of carved faces made from fresh wood, each one twisted into expressions of terror, each one unmistakably ours. And behind us, very softly, something breathed pleased and whispered, "You stay."